Good morning, everybody. Before we get started on the Interwatch today, we have a special guest, Mr. Denny Bender. He is the Executive Director of the Union Rescue Mission, and he's going to come up and talk a little bit about next Tuesday's Hope for the Holidays program. Mr. Bender, the floor is yours.
Good morning. This is the 13th year that the Union Rescue Mission has partnered with Wichita Police Department to bring some holiday joy to families who are struggling in our community. Next Tuesday, the 22nd, officers from Patrol North and a few other postings in Wichita will assemble at our mission on North Hillside to load Thanksgiving meals, boxed meals, in their patrol cars and deliver them to families throughout the community that those officers have identified as being in need. They may have an absent head of household. They may have been victims of a crime, or they just may be struggling. And we at the mission have provided a turkey and all the fixings that you would want for a Thanksgiving Day dinner. And the officers will deliver those to the families, along with men from our life transformation and homeless recovery programs. They'll do it jointly. It's the 13th year that we've done this, and each year the officers and our men from the mission receive a real blessing in helping out the families that wouldn't otherwise have a Thanksgiving meal to put on their table. The 22nd, Tuesday morning between 9 and 10, I would recommend, if you're looking for interview or photo op opportunities, to come by the rescue mission. That's when most of the officers will receive the boxes to be delivered. And I'll be there, as well as representatives from the Wichita Police Department. We'll repeat the program again in Christmas time, usually the Tuesday before Christmas, and we'll repeat it once again. The Union Rescue Mission, of course, is Wichita's place of refuge and restoration. We've been that for 66 years. We provide shelter and nourishment for men off city streets. And we also have addiction recovery and a life transformation program that we've been providing to help men redirect their lives and get them off of relying on the community to provide for their needs, and to get them to be sustaining members and contributing members of our community. So that's next Tuesday, the 22nd, Union Rescue Mission, 2800 North Hillside. Between 9 and 10 would be the recommended times to stop by. I have a handout on the side table if you want to take it with you. It also has some contact phone numbers.
How many families would you say you help?
I'm sorry, yeah, important question. This year there'll be about 100 that will receive this holiday food box, and there'll be another 100 at Christmas time. Some may be repeated, some may be new. We don't make the selections ourselves. That's left up to the officers who know the families on their patrol beats, just who is in most need. And as I said before, this is the 13th year that we've done this as a partnership, and each year it provides a great deal of blessing to both the recipients and those of us who are involved with distributing this Hope for the Holidays.
Is that why the police department is part of this program, because they are the ones that see the need in their neighborhoods?
They're the closest to those families. I mean, we have our own hunger relief and food pantry program throughout the year, and those families come to us and identify themselves, show that they are in need, and we provide monthly allocations of food for them on an ongoing basis. Some of these families may be also selected by the patrol officers. That isn't always the case, but this is an opportunity for the police department to help those in need.
Are the food supplies donated?
Some are. The mission's had to purchase a good quantity of it. There's, I think, about $22 worth of purchased items in the food box. The rest has been either donated by concerned individuals in the community. We do have a partnership with Bombardier Learjet Employee Fund. They've given us a small grant to help offset some of those costs.
Are the recipients aware that this is coming, or is this a surprise?
Fair question, and I don't know. I'm fairly certain that because of the relationship between the patrol officers and these families, that there's probably been some discussion. And we respect the families, because you can run into instances where if there is a provider in the household and the family isn't able to have a holiday meal like the rest of the community, and he is a bit uncomfortable with receiving it, sometimes they're not present in the household because it's a bit of an awkward situation. But the police officers make the selections. We're not involved with that.
And is it just the north side area?
Well, I think there are some coming down here to headquarters, and they will be distributed by police department personnel down here. But it's primarily Patrol North. That's where our mission is located. And we're concerned about our immediate community and the families that surround our mission. So that's where most of the families are concentrated. It's also one of the parts of the community that has the most need.
Can you just close it out by just telling us why 13 years and why it's so important to you?
13 years?
That you guys have been doing this.
Well, we work very closely with the Wichita Police Department throughout the year, because we're dealing with a homeless population that we're trying to get into our shelter and into our service programs. And the police department's homeless outreach team is a very critical partner in that whole process of identifying individuals on our streets who really need to be assisted in some way or another. So this is just an extension of that relationship with WPD. And we are a benevolent organization. We first, foremost, and always are going to be concerned about those that Christ said we should minister to first. Those are poor and those in need.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Would you please spell the name, please?
You want to spell your name for him real quick?
It's Bender, B-E-N-D-E-R is the last name. First name is Dennis, D-E-N-N-I-S.
Thank you. What's your title?
Executive Director, Union Rescue Mission. All set?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. While we're getting set up again, I just want to say, how thankful the Wichita Police Department is for the Union Rescue Mission. Again, so many years, you guys have been a vital role in what we're able to do. So the partnership, like Mr. Bender is talking about, is unique, and we are so appreciative of all their hard work. All right, just one interwatch item to talk about today. Case number 16C80405. 16C80405, it was an injury accident. And this occurred yesterday at 700 Northwest Street. It occurred on November 16th at approximately 4:30 p.m. On November 16th at approximately 4:30 p.m., officers responded to an injury accident in the 700 block of Northwest Street. A 70-year-old male traveling northbound on West Street made a left-hand turn into a parking lot while he was driving a 2000 Ford Explorer. A 1996 Honda motorcycle driven by a 27-year-old male was southbound on West Street and collided with the Ford Explorer. The driver of the motorcycle was taken to an area hospital with critical injuries, where he is now critical but stable. Investigators are calling speed a major factor of this accident. With that being said, we wanted to take a minute. Traffic safety is a big priority for the Wichita Police Department. Unfortunately, speed and the lack of paying attention to the road is a huge factor of serious injuries and fatality accidents. Even though this accident I just spoke about is not a fatality, it very well could have been. The Wichita Police Department has investigated 23 fatality accidents this year that resulted in 24 people losing their life. 9 of those accidents have included motorcycles. As a community, we all need to do our part to prevent more of these fatalities from occurring on our roadways. We plead for drivers to slow down especially motorcycles that are out on the roadways. Also, do not be a distracted driver. Give your full time and attention to the road, and everything else can wait until you arrive to your destination. And finally, please wear all your safety equipment at all times, including seatbelts and helmets if you're a motorcycle driver or passenger. We all need to do our part and look out for each other and ourselves.
Was the motorcyclist wearing a helmet?
No, he was not wearing a helmet.
Do you guys have any idea how fast the motorcyclist was traveling?
It's early in the investigation. Again, that they're going to have to recreate that accident to be able to tell exactly how fast he was going. Numerous witnesses on scene did advise a very high speed was involved.
What's the speed limit there?
On West Street, it's 35 or 40, I believe.
As you mentioned, speed was a major factor. We've had several incidents this week with speed being a major
Right.
Issue or factor. Can you just address one more time
Sure.
the importance of obviously
Right.
slowing down?
And obviously, speed in any car is going to be a deadly combination, especially when you're hitting another vehicle. But when you put a motorcycle into play, motorcycles can go very fast, and they're very hard to see anyway. Even if it's bright sunlight and you have no visibility factor at all, a motorcycle in a distance a mile away, that's going 80 or 90 miles an hour, obviously can catch up to that place at a very, very short time. So if motorcycles are driving fast and they appear to be down the road, people feel that they have time to turn in front of them, because if a car's down the road going 30 miles an hour, you do have time to turn. So that's why motorcycle speeding is such a deadly combination, because they are going so fast. And and I definitely don't want to take away from car speeding, because we all see it every day. We're out on the roads, cars 10, 20, 30 miles over the speed limit, and there's just no excuse for that at all. So that results in injuries not only to that person in that motorcycle or car, but people that are obeying the law and just minding their own business driving down the street. So that's why we're just pleading with people just to slow down, take your time, you'll get to your destination. Don't speed, don't have that adrenaline going, or whatever reason the people decide to drive fast. So slow down, safety equipment, pay attention, and we'll all get to our destination safely.
Just to clarify, in 2016, 23 accidents, 24 deaths, 9 of those fatality accidents involved motorcycles.
Correct. Yes, 23 accidents, and then one of those were a double fatality. So 24 people have lost their lives. 9 of those people were on motorcycles. Yes.
It was the motorcyclist that was taken to the hospital.
Yes. Yes. The individual in the car was not injured, just the motorcycle driver.
Do you have any information on the nature of motorcyclist injuries, head injury?
I don't know the extent of his injuries. He was pretty critical when he went to the hospital yesterday, and again they were able to stabilize him, and it does not appear right now that he does have life-threatening injuries, but he is still critical but stable. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.